Hey, Psych II. Good afternoon. It is Thursday, April 23rd. And if you want to go ahead and get out your Psych II treatment chart that we're going over this chapter, I'll give you a second to get that out and then we will continue. Sorry, I couldn't live stream yesterday. We had equipment turn in up at North, so I had to be able to collect golf equipment from players. So hope you enjoyed the workday. Had a rush of assignment turn in yesterday and yesterday evening. So some of you, I think, took good advantage of that time. So well done. Again, and just remember, if you have not turned in your psych disorder assignments, make sure you get those in. Okay, the list of those are on Canvas. All right. So hope everybody's doing well. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. Okay. So again, we're talking about psych treatments. So basically there's two categories, psychotherapy and biomedical. So psychotherapy are our prescribed talk therapies, methods, procedures that are trained and taught to help people when they're dealing with psychological issues. And then we have our biomedical side, which will be any treatment specifically for the brain, nervous system, any physiological treatment that we could give, which is growing. Both areas are growing quite a bit, but especially this one, especially if you watch TV and commercials, okay? So we've gone over psychoanalysis and behavioral therapy, and today we're gonna go over cognitive Okay, so I'll go ahead and zoom this up. So cognitive therapy is actually, and I'll put that on here, is the most used therapy technique today, I believe, in therapy and psychology. Again, a cognitive perspective emphasizes thinking and thought processes. So basically their view of abnormal behavior is that we need to treat certain thinking processes that are unhealthy, okay? So basically they're gonna view and go into therapy with the mindset that you have some faulty thought processes, unhealthy thinking, into psychological issues and problems, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and start this one. Since it is very popular today, okay? And it by itself or in combination with other therapy techniques is probably the most used today in therapy. It's very popular because it can be very quick. It's very efficient, but it can also be kind of intimidating a little bit because you're confronting. The therapist's job is basically to confront you when you have unhealthy thoughts or faulty thoughts or thoughts that aren't true, which we all have. And that's why when I was training to be a clinician, all of us had to go through therapy. Because the belief is we all can benefit from therapy. And I found it very rewarding and healthy. I actually looked forward to it. But you have to kind of get to a certain point where you accept that. But this is definitely an area all of us could use some help and adjustment with. We all have faulty thoughts, unrealistic expectations, and those thoughts can lead to depression, anxiety. They're big there. Cognitive therapy is big in those two areas. So that's where our cognitive therapists are going to look at, is that we have these faulty thought processes, unhealthy thought processes, unrealistic thought processes. And there are, I think in therapy, there might be 9, I can't remember, 9 or 7, real unhealthy thoughts that can lead to psychological issues or, anxiety, depression, or whatever. Okay, so catastrophic thoughts is one that we've talked about. So there are people that kind of automatically go catastrophic in their thinking. And so the idea there is that, again, maybe you can't stop the automatic thoughts, but you can choose how you react to them and how you view them. And you can kind of change them in your mind, your perspective of those thoughts in your mind. So that's what they're going to do. So really get at your thinking your thought processes, find out in what ways that's causing dysfunction or illness, and then try to change that around. Okay? All right, number 4 is humanistic. All right, and we bring back the term self-actualization. Okay. So the goal of humanistic therapy, which is also used quite a bit in conjunction with any other therapy, is basically, again, the idea here is to people who are needing therapy are people that are probably stuck, but they're not growing, they're not moving forward, they're not moving up Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, they have stopped proceeding towards self-actualization. Okay, and so then the idea that help get them back on track to where they're growing in beneficial ways and moving towards that self-actualization process, self-actualizing tendency that we all have. Okay, so we can all have periods in our lives in which we get stuck. We go backwards in life because of challenges, behaviors, attitudes, experiences, whatever. And we need to make sure that in those times that we get help to help us move through those times and events and experiences in a positive and growing manner. Okay. So, interesting thing about both these is you're going to have a lot of homework. So, I know in AP Psych, one of the first things we do is we look at a real life case called Case of Carol. And Carol was just being beat up by life. And so she was undergoing treatment for anxiety and depression. These were 2 of the big ones. She had a lot of faulty thought processes, but then she had a lot of areas in which, because life was just beating her up, she was starting to move backwards and decline in health, decline in perspectives, and things like that. So she had a lot of homework to do in between therapy sessions. So she was in therapy once a week at the time of the case, but she had tons of homework to do. And they were all assignments that she had to complete within a week. And they were all meant at helping her grow through this extremely difficult time and help her kind of keep her journey towards self-actualization moving forward. And that's kind of what they're going to do. Okay, they're going to kind of really be empathetic with their patients. And the whole goal is that, everybody has periods of life and time in which they, start to kind of maybe fall away, go backwards because of whatever reasons. Life is tough. It is very hard. And then the idea there is just, we're just going to give you support and help to help you through these difficult times to keep you moving forward. I think if everybody's heard the step, just keep moving forward. And that's pretty good summary there for humanistic therapy. They're just going to help you keep moving forward, one step at a time. Okay, and maybe at certain times in your life you're moving forward in very small increments, and other times you're taking leaps and bounds. But the idea is to help you keep growing positively, all right, during those times, and to keep you moving up Maslow's hierarchy and towards self-actualization. Okay, and not moving backwards or even becoming stagnant. Okay, so that's the humanistic approach, and I think you can kind of see how this one could kind of mold into all of them. This one obviously really kind of values you and teaches you how to have a healthy therapeutic relationship with your patient, how to kind of bond with them, because again, that's what's the most important, is the bond and the relationship between the therapist and the patient. If you can get that established, kind of the same thing with students. The teacher-student relationship is very, very important to the learning environment. And, if we can bond together and form a relationship, then, obviously there's going to be more learning that takes place, and it becomes more of an interaction than it just becomes a lesson or teaching. And that's kind of what they're going for there, but they're just going to be there to kind of help you walk through those difficult times and make sure that you keep moving forward, that you keep moving towards positive growth. Okay. All right. Okay. So those are the 2 that we'll cover for today. All right, so you should have a total of 4 therapies. I think we'll do 2 more, but again, we'll do those on Monday. Please do not forget tomorrow's Friday, so there's no live stream on Friday. So Friday is a work day for you to work on Psych II or any other class you need to, or if you need to take a day off, you need to take a break. I'm hoping one of the changes that comes out of this is we have 4-day school weeks. That'd be awesome. Because I think that we could do that. And other districts are doing that. I think the closest one is Lathrop. Lathrop has they went to the 4-day school week and they never left it. They like it, they value it. So, that'd be pretty awesome. Okay. All right. So if you have any questions, make sure you contact me, email me, make sure you get those psych disorder assignments in. And then make sure, again, I think I posted yesterday, I published the last chapter, psych treatments assignments. Okay. Same thing. Okay. It's the chart, vocab assignment, project, quiz. Okay. That's it. Okay. All right. If you have any questions, let me know.